Let me introduce our next speaker. We are all set to focus on our next session that throws light on the use of digital technologies to work with HCPS to break down disparities in healthcare. To share his deep perspective on these, please put your hands together for Dr. Pramod Kumar Rajput, former Senior Vice President, Sales and Marketing at Cadila Pharmaceuticals.
Namaste, good afternoon to everybody. मिस्टर सेन के इतने प्यारे से सेशन होने के बाद अब मैं सोचूं मैं क्या बोलूं क्या, राइट? तो आई ऑलवेज से दैट आई एम ए very small learner, and whatever I am going to present it here, I have compiled while speaking to many of the colleagues that what they feel about the customer engagement, what is the basic requirement is there. So that is not my thought, that is a compilation of many good people who are as legend as you are sitting in front of me, and they are not here because they are working for the different thing, right? अब देखो बाराती आने शुरू हो गए. So now I will start my journey for this. So this is one beautiful topic is there which I will be talking. ये तो नहीं है? Guess what the topic is? भाई ताली तो बजा दो इसके लिए कम से कम. अभी आप भी सुनाई नहीं दे रहा, मुझे ऐसे ही लग रहा है अभी ऐसा हो गया है. So the topic is different. Yes, भट्ट साहब देखो ये एकदम कश्मीर से आवाज़ आई है. BHAT भट्ट साहब की कश्मीर से आवाज़ आई है जो कन्याकुमारी तक गई है. Okay, so my topic is very different. I like to go there. What Sir Peter Drucker has said about it, and we all know about, because the aim of the marketing is to know the customer so well that the product or service fits him or her and sells itself. So for me today, you are one of the most important listener, I will not say customer, right? So I would like to know from you, because this is the way that we are going to take this journey forward. And today I was waiting for Mr. Jain also, because his name was there in this list. And as per Mr. Jain, what he said about it, Indian pharma industry likely to grow with the $130 billion by 2030. And this says it has been confirmed by Mr. Sudarshan Jain when he was giving his talk last year on 22nd of September. So that is a beautiful scope is there for the pharma industry. So when we talk about the scope and we are talking about the digitalization, when we are talking about the SCP journey, then there is another journey which is very important, which is a customer journey. Because without the customer journey, ultimately the shift is happening, and the shift always says that we have to take care for two of the customer now. So one is the patient, and second is our footholder who is there in the market. So these are the two customers are there. So I will not be talking about the second customer, because that customer is equally important. Without that, we are not existing, frankly speaking, because we all, at least I can say I have come from the medical rep level to this level, and many of the people who are heading the divisions or they are there, they have started their journey as a medical rep level. So we understand where the shoe pinches and what are the basic requirements are. So today pharma shift is toward the value based healthcare. This is very true, and it has been divided in three parts. Marketing campaigns are all about engagements. ऑल अबाउट इंगेजमेंट. तभी मैंने आपके साथ भी इंगेजमेंट किया मैंने कि भाई ज़्यादा ताली बजा दो, सोना नहीं, आ जाना बाहर. But that is the thing, engagement is very, very important. And our campaign, when we sit in our room, right, and we talk with our colleagues, that is the engagement, how we are going to make the engagement, which is very important. Focus on the customer journey, which we have listened since morning, and creating the great customer experience and building relationship. Today I am very fortunate that I have met many of the people who are my friend on the LinkedIn, right? So today that relationship has become more strong. Same way when we say in the field that a medical rep when he goes, or when our people, when the manager goes, how that relationship has been built and how we are making it strong, which is very important. That is all about the marketing, which is there. And in any type of the marketing you find, this is the basic requirement. So the strategy is very simple, meeting customer needs in the more personalized way, one-to-one, that is required now, because we understand, because every size doesn't fits all. And I am sure we all have seen one of the video which had come, that in one of the store, Tata store, when small children were taking care for the entire store, right, and where lot of the garments were there, and the people like adult people like us or Sumit Dada or Bhattji had come, they started asking about our size. The children says, no, this is only one size is available. So what the message was, that the same size doesn't fit for all. Same strategy doesn't fit for all. Same strategy doesn't fit for the eastern market. Same strategy doesn't fit for the western market. Same strategy doesn't fit for the southern market, because the conditions of the market are different. And what is the ultimate requirement is that we should get the ROI, return on investment, because after all we all are the enablers of the profitability, building the brands and enabling the profitability. The another point I like to highlight it here, customer centric strategy, which is again very important, because today we all are talking is the digitization, but what digitization is going to add, what is going to make a real value about it, because we talk about it, but the strategy which is going to hit the customer, which is more important. And I am not saying, I am not denying doctor, with due respect to all the doctors, now I am focusing towards the patient side, because the entire funda of the patient is getting changed. Why? Because I am sure during the Diwali time, which we have seen the Bonvita ad, they were showing the Bonvita in the Harpic bottle, they were showing the Bonvita in the different, in the rinse sabun type. So this is the change. Recently, I am sure on 31st of December, in Times of India, Nescafe has given the ad where it was a liquor bottle, but the Nescafe bottle was there. They have written that, don't drink and drive. But the message was there very, very clear the message was there. So this is the way the change is happening and is required. And awareness is changing the customer needs, that is what I have given the example. So hence it is imperative to focus on the experiences, your value driven marketing strategy, and that is all we as a marketer, wherever, whatever position we are, we have to ensure the entire things. So I will talk about the 5 basic steps. There is nothing, no jargon, no science, and today we have discussed about it. This is the research based data, because we have to have a purely research. And today when we talk about the AI, when we talk about the systems which are available there, like Mr. Sen has said, that how many gynecologists, right, sorry, how many female cardiologists, right. So what a wonderful insight he has given, right. So taking the clue from that, we have to have that so that we can feed them in a very proper way, which is basically required, the need of the hour. Context and content, these are the 2 important things are there, very, very important. Why I said about the context? Because when we open our YouTube or some of the message which comes to us, we just see for 3 seconds or 5 seconds. If we like, if it attracts, then we see the entire 1 minute. If it doesn't attract, out. So that is the reason that context is very important. Converse, we have to converse, we have to ensure with talking with the customer what is the actual requirement is, what this is really needed. When a marketing person goes to the market, right, he has to talk to the patient, which is very important, that what is the requirement is there. You have, in our time, which all the seniors sitting here, we used to prepare a marketing strategy, and which a study has to be followed from top to bottom everywhere. But now the study comes from the base level. Because when you go to the market, when you go to the southern market, you understand that the customer, they require this. But when you go to the eastern market, you require the different part of it, which is very important. It has been changed. So it cannot be set in the AC room and prepare a strategy, because that cannot work about it. Then collaboration. Collaboration is again a basic requirement, which is very, very important. We have to collaborate with the customer. We have to ensure. And the last but not the least is right content. So I said context and content. With all these 4 parameters, the right content will come. The right content is going to hit the real requirement which is really required, which is going to help all of us as a marketing people, that what the changes can be taken care and what the changes will happen. Coming to the 4 elements of the customer driven marketing approach, one is segmentization, which we are talking about it, STP. Segmentation of the market, fulfill the customer needs as per the requirement we just now spoken to you, customer feedback, and build the customer loyalty. So the customer loyalty is very important. Why I said about customer loyalty? Because they talk about the brand, they talk about, when you are talking about the MCG or when you are having such type of product, one customer talks to the other person, 90% that convincing things happen through that. So, this is again very, very important. Again, due respect to the doctor, there also it is required, but I am talking only on the patient part. This is a complete circle which can say that the customer is taking care for the entire thing. This particular entire loop is confirming that yes, what are the basic 4 fundas are basically required. And there are the 8 steps are there in the customer centric campaign. What are the 8 steps are there? Identification of the target market. So, Mr. Sen has said vidagliptin and sitagliptin, correct? So, if you start putting it the combination, or when telmisartan has come, I was talking to Mr. Sumit in 2007 when it was launched, when the on target trial, how the change has started happening, but the change will be accepted more toward the southern side to the western side, but coming to the eastern side it was taken time. So, again identification of the target market is very important, creating value for the target audience, identifying the need of the target audience. So, first is creating and identifying, and I will give an example of Nescafe versus the bottle which I have just spoken about it. Create need based solution and deliver. Here I like to highlight it here. We all have seen the ad of Sensodyne toothpaste. So, what this ad says about it? I love to have ice cream, but I am not able to enjoy that ice cream because my tooth is very sensitive. So, with the Sensodyne, what they are conveying, when you start using that paste, that sensitiveness will go out and your or the person will like to have that ice cream, pleasure of ice cream. So, it means that we are creating a needs based solution. So, in the same way, when we are able to help the doctor to provide the patient, which somebody has said, my colleague here, then we are able to provide that yes, the patient will become more loyal, the doctor will become more loyal, and in turn we are going to get a better business. Providing product market fit strategy, again which is very important, because I told you one size does not fit for all. So, it is required that to have a change, the gear has to be changed, all the gears cannot be put in the together. Target customer touch point through the digitalization, this is another point. Again, now I like to highlight it here. When we talk about the digitalization, we all agree that in the so many lakhs of the doctors, everybody is not digitally strong. We all agree or not? Only the 10% of the doctors are digitally strong, because they love to be there, and that is the reason that these doctors in the corporate hospital, they never meet the medical rep, they like to meet the senior people, because they want that no, you come in once in 3 months of time, once in 2 months of time, I like to meet, because they are always there with the Google, we are able to learn. There are the second category of the doctors are there, the 30% of the doctors which are in the both the way. They are digitally also, they are not on the digital part also. They like to learn, they doesn't like to learn. But the 60% doctors, they are more toward the emotional touch, and the selling is the emotional selling, which is very important. So, we have to segmentize ourselves where digital is going to work, where this both the things blend of both is going to work, and where the emotional touch is going to work. That is why the strategy keep on changing and it is going to give the right results. Target audience feedback to enhance strategy. Again, this is again very important, because we should know, suppose in our house, my wife has prepared a nice kheer or something like some good dessert, and she has served to me. If I am not able to tell that how nice it is, how delicious it is, how she will be pampered, correct or not? And everybody required the pampering, everybody required. I am talking about a very, very household strategy. Suppose your daughter has come, right, and she has prepared something like that. If you are not appreciating, tomorrow she will not come to you. But a small appreciation, right, or the feedback is going to make a heaven of a difference. Building through the word of mouth marketing, and then we start saying that, yes, suppose abhi Bhatt Sahab mile, Bhatt Sahab ko I was saying, so many people started meeting him. So, word to word, Arey Bhatt Sahab aaye, Sumit ji aaye, Sumit dada aaye, and all these things are there. Sab log aaye milne ke liye, Abhyankar Sahab se baat hua. So, people are there who are coming here, and this is the word to word mouth marketing is happening. So, identification of the target market, very simple. Review of the marketing strategy, what we sell, what the market need. And second is the theme of the market content need to be reviewed and rectified as per the target audience. So, you have to have the change. You cannot carry, जो भी साहब ने बोला ना 20 साल पुराना, अभ्यंकर साहब 20 साल पुराना, there has to be change. They cannot have the same type of monotonous. नहीं तो वो डॉक्टर विल नॉट सी दैट पर्टिकुलर विजुअल, बिकॉज डॉक्टर अंडरस्टैंड. भाई मैं जब 25 साल का था, जब मैं आई वॉज डूइंग द इंटर्नशिप, एट दैट टाइम आई न्यू अबाउट इट. अब मैं 45 साल का हो गया हूँ, तो मेरे पास एक पेशेंट नहीं आता था, आज मेरे पास 50 पेशेंट है, तो वही मुझे कहानी सुना रहे हो. समथिंग व्हाट इज न्यू. So the change is basically required. Then value of the targeted customer, again the 3 points are important. Right market with the right personalized message, and creating the tailor-made marketing initiative which just now I spoke. So this is a chain of that part. And enhance the product or services offered to retain, because retention is again very important. Today, retaining the customer is equally difficult, because we all know that my competitor in the doctor's chamber is equally smart like me. He is not a Dumbo, and all the marketing people, they are providing the best of the best strategy to hit the competition. So that is very, very important, that we should be very clear about it. Know what customer wants. Speak to the customer. Ask them about all the challenges they face that led them to seek a solution. When we are going, see today when you go to the review of any hospital or a doctor, there is a review is there 3.1, 3.0, 4.5. डॉक्टर, what the customer say, ये डॉक्टर तो मिलते ही नहीं मुझे, ये 1 घंटा बैठा के रखता है, इसकी दवा में असर ही नहीं होता है. See, these are the feedbacks are coming up. So if we are able to build that, if we are able to bridge that gap, we are helping our important customer doctor, at the same time we are winning the heart of the patient also. So it is a dual way of developing the market strategy to build your product. Will help to develop testimonials, and today the testimonials, today people they like to listen from the KOLs, not the KBLs. I will show you what is the differences there, which I am sure you are going to really love that part in my next post. Create solution of customer needs and deliver value. Ask them how they found you, ask them what content they looked for that, and where each stage of the buying journey. So again, taking the same clue from that if you go and meet the customer as a marketing people, ask whether they liked it or not, whether they don't like it. Both the things are equally important to build the strategy. These are the other important, I am sure we all are aware about it, but at the same time create a positioning map, because that's why we talk about that the roadmap has to be created. The immediate goal, the short term goal, the mid term goal, and the long term goal. Long term we are creating it, but the things are getting changed. So we have to keep on changing as per the requirement is there, because sometimes the brand manager gets changes, sometimes the HOD gets changes. So they will start coming with the new thoughts of it. So you have to ensure that your immediate goal, mid-term goals has to be achieved. And select competitive advantage. This is again very important, because if everybody is providing the same thing, what more can we provide with the same thing? If we talk about the promise long back, they used to talk about the clove oil. Every toothpaste is having the clove oil, but nobody was highlighting about the clove oil. So this is a competitive advantage which somebody should take it up and start talking about it. Omni-channel, again somebody has spoken here that omni-channel is the real requirement, and the customer touch points has to be with the omni-channel marketing, because gone are the days of the multi-channel marketing. From FMCG to the actual pharma marketing to the every marketing, it is completely an omni-channel marketing which is happening, because you don't know from where the things are going to hit and you are going to get the better business. Real-time assistant with live chats or visual tools for delivering faster solutions. Deploy. When I was talking about the chatbots, yes. Why I said about the chatbot, one of wonderful person, she came and she was talking, sir, chatbots are not for all. Suppose somebody is emergency, then what chatbots is going to help? I said no, chatbots are there. Suppose you are from Karnataka and the deep interior part, right, from Dharwad, she is from Dharwad, right, and doctor has prescribed, you are not able to understand the English or you don't know the thing about it, then chatbots will be able to change the things and chatbots is going to help. That is the reason Mr. Sundar Pichai is developing 1000 language chatbot, so that the things can be changed accordingly. So this is the vision which is there. That's the reason I put it here, that chatbots are important, because chatbots are able to help, because sometimes the doctor doesn't have the time, sometimes the chemist doesn't have the time to write the things when the patient has to take the thing, but with the chat bots, we will be able to provide it. This is the additional services can be given by the pharma people to ensure the real result. Improve marketing strategy through the customer feedback system, which I have already spoken about it, because this is the 5 steps which is important, but the thing is it has to be judiciously driven. I am not saying that all, if you have 2000 people, right, start driving, but you have the limited source of the people, you take the sample size of it and start ensuring the part, you will find that you will get lot of positive data in that. And with that lot of positive data and the opportunities, I am not talking about the gap part, and with that opportunity which is there in front of you, you can make your strategy change and you can build as per the real requirement. Word of mouth marketing, impression results as 90% because people they talk about it, which is again very important, and it reflects on us also. Because when a marketing person we go, when a doctors group sit, they will also speak that this company people are very loyal. This company people, suppose we say something, they are able to deliver it. Right? Same thing with the customer, same thing with the patient, same thing with the doctor. Because it is an omnipresent part that if you talk good about it, it will be circulated like anything. People will speak good about that part, which is very important. And of course, for FMCG, create an affiliate incentive program so that the people should come, some free has to be given, some free medicine has to be given. We used to have this thing, I don't know whether now the companies are doing or not. We used to send some free cardiac medicine to the patient when whosoever required. All these things were happening, but new things can be changed accordingly. Now, another point, the second part of it, that digitalization, right? Because again, we cannot avoid it. Tomorrow it is going to come and we cannot become obsolete in that. So, we have to adopt it so that we should be running as per the system which is required. And an overview, I like to give an overview, I am sure you will really love it. The future is a requirement. Everywhere we are talking about the digitalization and it is going to come, you cannot avoid. Today our each and every data is there with the Google. What you eat, what you see, what video you see, where you go, everything is there with the Google. I am not showing a slide here, but believe you me, in the coming time, Google, Microsoft, all these people, they are coming in a very, very big way. Amazon has already come, Flipkart has already come, they started delivering the medicines. So, they are coming in a very big way because they have the muscle power and they have lot of the money power, they can make the changes because they are just collecting the data which is there with that. And after 10 years of that time, entire history will be there in front of the Google people. They understand what you are doing, what you are not doing, and they will start guiding us that what to do, what not to do. Increase engagement by catering to the physician. Here I like to say here one very important thing. This is the physician click like. This is the source from the digital platform. The people who are totally toward the digital side, they will see here that the channel, WhatsApp channel are 71% chosen. Emails are just 20% and that too in a very dilute way. Content is 29, that's why I said content and context. And formatting is the videos 55%. Because why the videos? Because it is going to talk sense by the KOL and they are talking something which is related to the medicine and which is giving the happiness to your patient through the KOL. Percentage of physicians who consider service important. Here you can see the data. This data is from the Bain Global Pharma Physician Survey 2021, latest data. You will find here that the demand of the digital services that help doctor support patient is 60% in 3. Digital tools to support patient education, digital tools to provide physician support, digital tools to help manage patient care. These 3 things are more than 60%. It means that there is a paradigm shift is happening, but we have to choose the right content, right customer at the right place. This is another data which I am sure you will really love it. This is the recent diabetology insight and you will see the percentage reach on one side and the time is spent by the doctor on the another side. There are 2 stars, I am going to show it to you. And what are the 2 stars are there? That the percentage reach on the article infographics are highest. And here other the 2 stars are there where the webinar and KOL videos are the highest. Out of 100 you can see. This is again a data which has been purely taken through the AI part, through the complete customer identification. So, it means that the 4 factors are there which is helping a lot. One is toward the percentage reach, and second is to the time spent in the minutes, which is very important, and that is what the things are getting changed. And believe you me, when I came here, I told you that I took the feedback from many of my colleagues, right, because I like to learn from them, and I had gone to the report of the McKinsey's also, what they are thinking, what new things are happening. They have also mentioned about the change which is there, and they are putting lot of the things. I like to also highlight it here. In the yesterday's Times of India, they were talking about that they were talking about the assumptions of new ways of putting and integrating the training to the people, assimilation. They are talking about that. So, when you are going to simulations. So, they are talking about the simulation part, and McKinsey is recommending that the simulation is again very, very important for the coming time, and this is the need of the hour. Here in our pharma, it will take time, but of course, it is going to happen, especially with the doctors concerned. How? I will show you. Key areas of the change for the multi-channel to omni-channel. Here, you will love this slide. Yesterday what was there and today what is there. The 2 things are very important, integrated and omni-channel marketing. Out of all, these are the 2 important factors which has changed from yesterday pre-COVID to the post-COVID, and it will continue for the future as well till the time the new things is not happening. Next slide is again going to tell you that what is the new things are there. See, when we used to prepare, when we were there in the marketing, right, when I became the general manager, I am talking about 2005, right, sales and marketing. We used to tally with this way, create value, market analysis, experience, self-assessment, infrastructure and all. But now it is change. Change means the vision has gone to roadmap. The vision has gone to the roadmap, and the market analysis, which was equivalent to process, it has gone to the analysis. Experience, which is equivalent to the analysis, it has gone to the people experience, customer experience. Self-assessment, which was there with the technology, it has gone up to the process. And infrastructure, which was equivalent to the roadmap, it has gone to the technology. This is the paradigm shift which has happened, and it is there, it is going to be there for the coming decade. Small little more. Digital world has changed the scenario of science through the inception of AI, AR, VR, XR, and it is the change which we have to have. And when you see the videos of the multinational companies, how they are talking about their brand, right, they are using the uses of the AR and VR. We have provided the tabs to our people, but in that, what new has to be added in that? When you go and see what the multinationals they are doing in the different markets, they are providing the different way of putting the AR part and the VR part in that. So that a doctor should have an affiliation to see, patient should have an affiliation to see what is the new is happening. And how it is important, because the new paradigm shift, it is not a usual type of the marketing, stakeholders engagement. Pharma product demonstration can happen. Suppose if I having the inhaler, capsule, Cipla, right, earlier gone by the days. If you take the latest technology, you have to show that how, when you take the capsule and how it is going toward the lung side, how it is behaving. So, a patient will get convinced, and you are helping your doctor to make your patient convinced that your brand is the best brand available in the market. Second thing is gamification. Gamification is the new way of learning which is required, and gamification, if on the chronic therapy, on some important product like cardiac product or in the diabetic product or in some other product, you start working on that, it is going to have a complete change in that. That is why I mentioned SCP education. This is a new way customer engagement is going to happen. Patient education and engagement, because you are helping the patient to understand, to get educated in their different language, vernacular language which is required. Enhanced medical training method, we can train our people We can train a medical rep who is simply a BSc or BA, or who doesn't have so much of the capacity to get the thing, who only understand the detailing. We can train through the gamification. We can train through the AR, VR, which is very importantly required. An improvement in existing education program. This is for the basic doctors because they are doing it. Manufacturing and research I will not talk because that is not our domain, because nobody is there for manufacturing research, though we are talking about the 4.0, especially in the manufacturing, which is becoming a buzzword in the manufacturing. So, these are the new changes are there which we have to adopt in the pharma industry, and this I am not talking about myself. When I attended the international meetings, when I interacted with the people, when I have attended the virtual meetings and all, I have learned from them. This is the new changes are required, and that is what we have to take, and that is the reason we will be able to support our medical rep in a different way instead of working in the same monotonous way, because the medical rep who gets up in the morning, he or she should have enthusiasm to take his or her bag to go to the doctor chamber and tell something which is very important, because doctor has not listened, patient has not seen, but only our medical rep knows about it, so that he can talk to the 200 customer or 150 customer whosoever he is meeting. And this is the responsibility of ours as a marketing people, that what new can be provided to other people to build our business, because it's a long term business which is going to inculcate and which is going to continue. So, take home from my side, building markets campaign for customer engagement based on customer experiences and their journey, which I just now spoken to all of you. The steps and elements needed for customer driving strategy to build customer centric approach. 2 more, roles of omni-channel marketing through digital transformation, which is again for the elite group of the customer. And last but not the least, role of AI, AR to build customer driven approach. So, this is all what I learned as a learner. Keep on learning, keep on interacting from you, keep on seeing what the new things are happening to the western side and what can be inculcated in the Indian side. If I would have spoken on my market of Africa market, right, there are 40 countries, I would have not spoken about it, because they are still 20 years back. But when I go and talk to the Paris market, when I was taking care of the international division and all, they are aware about it, they are working on that. The simulation part is there in that. So, there is a complete paradigm shift is happening there, which we all have to adopt as a marketer for the coming 10 years of time. With this, thank you so much for giving your valuable time. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Dr. Rajput, for providing us such valuable insights on breaking disparities in healthcare from the customer's perspective. So, the forum is open for any Q&A. So, if you have any questions.
Yes, please.
Please introduce yourself first and then move ahead with the
This is
question.
Gaurav. I'm a senior brand manager in Glenmark. So I have one query. I was also listening to the last session as well, which was on a digital marketing. So though I didn't get the chance to ask a question because there was no questions anyone was asking, I have one query. You know, when we talk about digital marketing, I have seen one of the data we talks about. I worked in multinational company like Abbott as well, and now I am working with Glen Pharma. One challenge which, you know, strongly I have seen that we are finding when it comes to patient centricity, we roll out any patient support program, though the content is very good, it is useful for the patient, but getting patient enrolled for our program, it's the biggest challenge which I have found, whether you will give a toll-free number, whether you give a QR code number. So how we see that, you know, that this challenge will get addressed in a coming, you know, years. Though I see that one of the data I have seen, which was the Australian data.
I told you 2 things. We have 2 customers. One is a doctor, which I always salute to the person. Then other 2 customers are the patient, and the second customer is our foot holder. Unless and until we will not empower or teach to the person, he will not be able to propagate the right way to the person. Because see, whenever you are preparing any pamphlet, whenever a person, because he has to make 10 calls, 12 calls, and he has to wait. In hurry, see, it is very, very obvious. In hurry, he doesn't able to communicate the things. Suppose I am not saying that he should communicate to all the 120 doctors, 50 doctors is communicating, but he is able to communicate to 10, 15, 20 doctors. Then slowly it is going to increase, because unless and until you cannot make it, you are making a beautiful strategy. Suppose again I am giving example, you are a person who has invited me at your home, you have prepared a beautiful food, but I am not able to eat because I am having a toothache. What you will do, tell me? Your food is getting wasted. So you ensure that when you are inviting me, you should be very clear about it, that yes, I should enjoy that food which has been there. Same thing for the medical rep also. We have to inculcate that habit so that he can put it, because directly in FMCG, it would have been through the TV advertisement, it has been to the other advertisement, you would have done it. But here it is through our medical rep or the area manager. These are the two very important stakeholders which are responsible, and we have to ensure it. This is our responsibility, so that we inculcate it in that.
That's definitely true. But however, when whenever we are educating to the doctor, even doctor believes it's a very good platform.
Sorry, doctor?
Doctor also believes that it's a very good patient support program. The
Correct.
kind of content is there. They also buy this product. I was looking for if something like of artificial intelligence tools which comes to the industry, which help us to directly enroll patients on our programs, which I don't think so means currently.
Yes. There are chatbots I started away. When you go, okay, again I'm putting it
there
here.
also,
again, when you go to the chat,
you have to enroll
there is
patient.
something, QR code are there. Not many people, even in our Cadila and also many other companies, they have the QR code. When you scan the QR code, you will get the entire thing. And there is through the AI, the chatbot is already available there. So if you have the multiple questions, the question answer will keep on coming. With that, it is going to encourage. कहीं से आपको वो initiate करवाना ही पड़ेगा.
Initiation part is, I have seen that patient enrollment is not more than 25% in any of the patient support program is running currently in industry, any of the department, any of the therapy area. So this is one challenge I have found, that patient enrollments are getting a very biggest challenge nowadays. I thought that if some value addition to...
Yes.
Yeah, please.
Yeah, please.
Sir, please.
When we talk about patient enrollment program, and I am talking of my own experience, the gentleman sitting beside you have worked with me in UCB. When we launched Kepra in India, and obviously levetiracetam, there were already brands available. I think one very important aspect which Rajput Saab said just now, are your field guys completely empowered? They know how to ensure that the patient gets enrolled. That's one. Number two, do you have, whichever specialty you are talking about, so I'll give you an example, the top neurologist of the country, are they ready to get associated with Kepra as a brand, UCB as an organization, and the program? Number three, just as we do a CME, so when you roll out a patient care program, have you rolled it out to the doctors completely A to Z? Because if all these aspects are ticked, trust me, still you will not get 100% enrollment, because it's to the choice. And
40% maximum, 40%, yeah.
And one of the important aspects why doctors are a bit skeptical in India still about, they're not sure of whether that patient data is being used by blah, blah, blah. Because as far as patient data is concerned, I think that privacy needs to be there. So whatever I suggested you, it's from my experience, and we did pretty good with our program at that time.
So 40% success is going to happen, because when best of the best company invite the doctor for the seminar, I am talking about the pre-COVID, the attendance used to be 40 to 50%. Best of the best company. Worst of the worst company, just 10%. So there is a difference is going to happen. Second thing I like to highlight it here. When a brand manager go for the field working, right, you have the multiple therapy products, correct? But since you are not acquainted with the other therapy products so well, and medical rep is a very smart guy, he will test your knowledge that whether you are from the diabetic background, whether you know about the cardiology or not. So if you are not aware about it, he started putting the things. So that's the reason we talk about the blended learning approach. And blended learning is very important, so that you should understand, because you are representing the entire Glenmark of your division, which should know each and every from A to Z about it, which is again very important. So there are things are there are opportunities are there, and there are constraints are also there, which has to be converted in that way. Thank you. Yeah.
Hi, myself Ketan from Ajanta. One basic question which I would like to ask is that with regards to patient journey, starting from awareness and diagnosis, treatment and all, right. So if I were to look at the journey, keeping prescription at the center point, so post-prescription and before prescription, that would be two segmentation which I can do right now. So there are a lot of companies who have started ATL and BTL programs for post-prescription and before prescription as well. So now, what is your take? What is your thought in that? What would be the future for ATL and BTL for post?
Can you give an example?
Yeah. So during my CIPLA days, actually, we started, for the respiratory segment, which I have started for the asthma segment. And we actually, rolled out, I was a part of Berok Zindagi team, where, still ATL is actually, on the air as well every year. So that is the ATL part. And second, BTL part as well, the long, camps and all, physical camps, activations going to the actually, industrial area where actually pollution is high, so that, respiratory prevalence is high in this particular area. So that's a BTL part. So right now trend is shifting towards that part, because there are a lot many companies who have started, initiating advertising for their disease aspect or therapy aspect, I would say. So, I mean, I would just like to understand what would be the future of SAM.
Let me tell you, if you go to the international market of the Roche, there is one product, Respidon, right? They are segmentizing about it, that how this product work on the lungs, and they are highlighting about that part. So you cannot carry the same old study which has to be carried about it. There has to be change which is required, and that is the reason, as a brand manager, what you think which you are going to provide, that is going to help you for the future. Just see that Respidon from the Roche. You will find that how the difference is going to be there.
Yeah, so basically, see, to be very honest with you, with regards to awareness, diagnosis, treatment, and which I want to, strategize entire thing.
Abhyankar saab has rahe hain.
Sorry.
Yeah, yeah, bolo.
Yeah. So somehow, see, when you say, people always consider if we are doing ATL campaign for our brand or therapy aspect, right? So definitely leader will get the major share, right? So do, other companies also have opportunity to do ATL and BTL?
Why not? Market so big, yaar. Why cannot do? If you have the money power to do it, do it. If you don't have the money power, don't do it. Simple. It's always the money which is going to make a difference. If I am having 100 rupees to spend, I will do the campaign. If I don't have just 10 rupees to spend, I will not do the thing, because market is open. Market is open. And here the strongest person will be the more stronger, because they have the capacity and capability to do the things. So you don't combine two things together, because again it depends upon what capacity, what capability you have to make the things happen. Any campaign, any ATL, BTL, it all depends upon how much you are pumping the thing and what result you are expecting. Some companies, they will do just 10%, they will expect a result of 50%. The big companies, they will do 20%, but their expectation will be just 10%, because it's a long-term process is going on. Like somebody asked about it, that in digital they put the money and they ask the ROI. So, and there are some companies which don't ask the ROI part, because they know it's a long-term process, it will take time, it will get synced, and then only the thing will come. So it is a blend of both the things you have to take care.
So generally, I mean, it is my thought, I am just, sharing with you. See, once you get the umbrella campaign or kind of campaign, right, where your exact brand name is not associated, it's kind of awareness cause and all. So many times it happens that the company which has larger share in the market, that gets the benefit, right? Not the lesser, not the company who are having
so
lesser.
Suppose now I'm
share.
asking a question from you. If you would have been as a marketing head, what you would have done?
Definitely, I would definitely go for it. I would go for it. Yeah. Yeah,
if you have the power of doing it.
Yeah, that's so definitely. It's always the internal things which does matter a lot.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay, fine. Thank you.
Right, thank you. Yes, thank you.
Do we have any more questions for Dr. Rajput? Okay, one question, sir. So you are much in demand today. Please rise up and introduce yourself.
Please.
Hello.
हाँ जी बोलिए.
Hello, hi sir. I have attended a lot of your virtual sessions. I am Abhishek from DocPlexus, and feel proud that one of our excerpts could make a road in your presentation about the Diabetology Insight Report. So my question to you is from the learning and development perspective. The MR training has always been a very, very integral part of every pharma company. Lot of training and development. But as digital is booming, where do you see industry has been picking in investing the existing marketing or product managers to enhance their digital skill set, because that is something not taught in traditional pharma schools. So what I have seen is that digital is new in pharma. They end up hiring someone who might not be from pharma industry, but has done digital like e-commerce, D2C. So in the same company, you have one aspect who understands Drugs and Cosmetic Act.
You have hit the bullseye. I was taking the example of Mr. Sumit. he said that project management person who is aware about it, who is also acquainted with the digitalization, he or she is the right person to build, because a person from the X background cannot come in the Y background and start talking about the thing which was happening in the X background. Today, the situation is whenever you call the so-called digital expert, they start giving the example of FMCG. They start giving the example of Hindustan Lever, right? And so many other, I don't want to take the name. But if the internal people, if they are able to build it over a period of time, because it is a slow process, right? And a slow process takes little time. But once it will be built, it will be going to give a lot of dividend in the coming time. So it is always good. That's why I've given the name of Mr. Archis. In one of the meetings, he said that in L&D, every marketing head or every this commercial head has to keep 2 or 3% for developing the L&D part of the entire team to upskill them, which is very important. Today we talk about learning, unlearning and relearning. We talk about skilling and upskilling. That is a part of that. We have to have, but how many people they have the time? Because ultimately 30 तारीख को धंधा क्या हुआ? तो अगर हम 30 दिन निकल जाता है, 30 तारीख को धंधा पूछते हैं, अगर 1 तारीख को या 7 तारीख तक अगर हम स्किलिंग कर दें, इट इज ऑलवेज सेड ना, इफ यू वांट टू कट अ ट्री इन 10 hours, sharpen your axe in 9 hours of time. So we don't sharpen our axe in 9 hours. We only keep on cutting the tree for 9 hours and we sharpen the axe on 1 hour. So that is the real answer for the question which you have asked.
All right, thank you for your question, and let's give a big round of applause for Dr. Rajput for answering so many questions
so much.
today.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for your time, sir.